Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Messy. This is Jamie and my partner in crime.
Oh, yeah, me.
Oh, I threw you off. I don't normally do that. Sorry.
It's Crapplegate.
And today we have a really special guest. Her name is Allie Signorelli. We learned about her from Katie Couric. After we had Katie on, the first thing she said was, "Oh my God, you have to talk to Allie." Allie is a nonprofit fundraiser and event producer who has spent 20 plus years working with everyone from CEOs to first ladies to celebrities. And she's helped raise millions of dollars for vital causes, including several brain health focused organizations. In late 2022, her personal and professional life collided, and she was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease at 47 years old. Allie's going to share with us today what that moment was like to receive the diagnosis, how she got there, and how she has channeled this experience into gratitude and community. We are so very lucky to have Allie here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to cry already.
Welcome, Miss Allie.
No, I'm not. No,
we love to cry here.
It's okay. I'm usually the big crybaby, and you know that I start to cry if I lean back. People can't see it. If I go back like this, it's because
it's true.
To the point of blurring.
That is your move. You just just keep going back
until you're off screen.
You know, one of the things that's really inspired Christina and I to start this conversation and this podcast was the question of how are you? And more importantly, like, how are you today? Because when one lives with a chronic illness, that can change all the time. So let's begin with Allie. How are you today?
I'm good today. Yeah, that's a really valid question. And I think it's such an interesting one with all chronic illnesses, but especially Parkinson's, because if you were, and I say this all the time on my Instagram, if you were just to look at me or just meet me on the street on any given day, you'd be like, oh, she looks fine. She looks great. You know, people who haven't seen me in a long time since I was diagnosed, I've really focused on my overall well-being. They're like, wow, you look better than ever. And you're like, yeah, you don't see me when
you're like this. No one can see this. Like this. Thank you so much for your confidence in me.
Yeah, fuck off.
Fuck off.
No, I keep that inside.
Yeah,
I don't, Allie. I don't know.
I know. I'm here for it.
Okay, cool.
And as soon as my mom hears that I just said that, she's going to be like, "You were only a couple minutes in and already dressed me up."
We dragged it out of her, Mom.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. Yeah, I mean, on any given day, I feel good and bad. Parkinson's medications last a certain amount of time, and it's called on and off time. I'm not sure if that's the same with you guys, but when we're on, we feel relatively normal and my tremors are abated. And then when I'm off, it's like falling off a cliff. And I immediately have trouble walking. I can't use my hand. I have trouble talking. Wow. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So the trick is, how long can you prolong the on and how little can you suffer through the off? And for me right now, I get about 4 to 5 hours from each dose. I take a handful of pills I literally take a handful of pills every 3 hours or 4 hours. I have an app on my phone and I just remind myself to down them. And if I forget, it's like almost immediate. Because even though I was diagnosed 2 years ago, I was actually symptomatic 4 years before that. It took me 4 years to get diagnosed. So
could you tell us about that and that journey? Because I think that that's something that resonates with a lot of our listeners.
Yeah. And a lot of women, especially. Yeah. And a lot of moms, because we put our kids first. So I was, right after my 43rd birthday, I started having this like weird muscle spasm in my left or my right ankle. And I thought, that's weird. But when you get like an eye twitch and it's like you don't have enough potassium or like whatever causes an eye twitch. I thought, oh, that's weird, but it'll go away. But then it didn't for like 6 months. And I went to see my GP and she said, gave me the line about anxiety and, stress and yada, yada, yada. And I am on thyroid replacement because I had a tumor on my thyroid many, many, many years ago. And so she was like, oh, your thyroid meds are just too high. We need to turn them down. And my endocrinologist was like, no, that's not that kind of tremor. So we kind of went back and forth for a couple of years, literally, until the summer. And then COVID happened, right? So like nobody was going to the doctor. Mm-hmm. And then in the summer of 2021, my daughter and I were watching, I'm a reality TV junkie, and we were watching.
You're in good company.
Oh, snap. We might have to make this a 3-parter.
Okay. We were watching the Charli D'Amelio show on Hulu. Desperate Times.
Shit, you got me beat there. I don't even watch that one.
I mean, right. Okay. Lovely family.
I'm sure.
But I'm watching it, and the screen turns to a kaleidoscope. I'm not even kidding you. And I look at my daughter and I'm like, I wondered if it was actually happening or if it was in my mind and I actually lost my mind. And I was afraid to ask her because I was like, if I tell her what I'm seeing, she's going to be like, Mom, what the hell is wrong with you? And so I kind of just kept it to myself until it went away. And then I was like, okay, that was weird. Clearly it was just something going on in my brain. But we went out to dinner that night and I opened my car door and I smacked it into the side of my head. I never even saw the door. And I realized at that moment, I didn't have any peripheral vision. So that gash landed me in the ER and they called in the neurologist on call. And he was like, yeah, I think that was probably an ocular migraine. They sometimes can mess with your vision. Don't stress too much about it, but tell me about the tremor. And I was like, what tremor? And he was like, your foot has literally been thumping the entire time you were in here. Are you nervous? Whoa. And I was like, oh, I've had that for years. And he was like, well, how many years? I was like, I think we were at 3 at that point. And he was like, do me a favor, come see me in my office. But even then, like, took me 6 months to get an appointment because it wasn't urgent. And by the time I got to see him, he thought maybe essential tremor, which is, my mom has it, my grandmother has it. We tried a couple different meds to see if that's kept it in check. I did an MRI, I did a CAT scan, all the things. Yeah. Another year goes by. And then in the fall of 2022, it got so bad I couldn't walk. I was having trouble walking. And we went to visit my daughter. She was a freshman at Notre Dame. And I was walking across campus. South Bend. Beautiful downtown South Bend.
No, this is where my family's from. So I spent many years.
It's gotten much better, Christina. It's gotten much better.
I love it there. It was so idyllic. Anyway, sorry, I was interrupting you, but I hear South Bend and I get like flutters nostalgic. In my heart of happiness. Yeah. Or it could be an arrhythmia. My husband went there too. It could be an arrhythmia. Yeah. So we went to see her and I was walking across campus and 2 things happened. One, I could not keep up with them. No matter how hard I tried to walk at their speed, even though we weren't walking fast, I kept falling behind. And my right arm was not swinging when I walked. And we went home and I said to my husband, Mike, I was like, something is wrong. Like something is wrong. And I went back to my neurologist and he had me do this like crazy set of what kind of was like what I thought a DUI test would be. And then he left the office for like half an hour and I just sat in the waiting room or what in the exam room with the door shut. And I was like, do I like open my door? Like, what do I do? And he comes back in with this young guy in tow and he looks down at the floor and then he looks like out of a movie. He was like, has anyone ever said the word Parkinson's to you? And I was like, shit. I was like, no. And he was like, don't panic. You're young. You're a woman. It would be extremely rare, but I want you to see a specialist. And that's who I've been on the phone with for half an hour. So we went to see her and she took one look at me. She had me do the tests that I had just done. And she was like, you definitely have Parkinson's. And that was it. I mean, actually, after that, I had a test called a DAT scan, which is kind of similar to a CAT scan where it like circles around your head for like 2 hours. And when I got off the table, the radiologist said, do me a favor, darling, don't look at the results by yourself. And I was like, so yeah, it was long.
Can I ask you quickly? leading up to the moment where you were called a neurologist and you're like, something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you're like, the symptoms get loud enough that you're like, I can't ignore this. Was there a part of you that instinctually knew that something was wrong, but you were kind of able to just kind of keep brushing it aside because you didn't want to believe that? Or did you not really feel the alarms going off until they were that loud?
I think I've blocked out a lot of that time. I went back once and looked at some texts. I actually sent a text to my sister like at some point during that process and said, I think I have Parkinson's. So clearly it was in my mind. I don't remember that. I don't remember. I remember feeling completely shocked when he said it. But having been through other like health related stuff, the thyroid, and I had a hysterectomy because I had endometriosis, like I had been through enough stuff to know that something was wrong. And the fact that it never went away was because a lot of times I think women especially are like told it's anxiety. They're told to just soldier on. They are expected to just soldier on. And so, yeah, definitely. I was like, nope, got to keep moving. I got kids stuff to do. I have a full-time job. I don't have time for this. But the longer, and I'm sure you guys have been through this too, the longer the symptoms pile up, the longer you can't ignore it. And then eventually, I always say that doctors never treat you seriously until it's serious. And the minute that it flipped, suddenly I was like very well taken care of. I'd had all the appointments I needed and all the attention I needed. But leading up to that, there was a lot of time that it was like, you're fine. You're fine. Stress less.
Yeah. I was going to say just to just empathize and relate to you when, I was the same years of like weird little things, right? Just weird little things that I was ignoring. And finally I went to a neurologist and my friend was like, you need to go to a neurologist because my toes were going numb. And this was 2021, like right around the same time. Weird shit was happening and trauma stuff was happening and life was happening and it got weird. And I remember going to him and he's like, no, this is peripheral neuropathy. And a little birdie had said to me, and her name's Selma Blair, and I will always give her credit for this actually. I was at her house. She goes, you need to have him check for MS. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, what are the Selma. What are the odds that you and I both? It, Selma. You and I both have it. That would be real stupid. And I said to him, and he's checking me out, and I said, could my symptoms be like an MS? And he kind of, the sweetest man in the world, and I'm sure he didn't even realize he'd do this. He kind of rolled his eyes. He goes, oh, no, girl, this is not presenting as MS. And then he's like, let's run some tests just to be sure. And then he's like, yeah, let's run a couple more.
Yeah.
And then it was like scary. That scary moment where they go, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's like that going through the process of them like not believing me or not believing, but just going, it can't be. And when they say it doesn't, I think it's almost negligent to say to someone, it definitely can't be, or it doesn't seem like, and I don't know. I got a little
I mean, I give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, I did not.
They don't want to alarm you either.
Yeah, I didn't feel completely dismissed, but I did feel like I had to keep pushing, and I think that no doctor wants to assume that a 40-year-old woman with 2 kids and a whole life before her has a progressive, incurable neurodegenerative disease. I mean, I don't think he wanted that to be the answer for me, and so. I think he kept pressing to find other alternatives, hoping for the best. But yeah, at some point it was just obvious to an expert. 2 years.
Support for Messy comes from Mudwater. I've noticed as I've gotten older, I'm really sensitive to caffeine. I always feel like jittery and kind of anxious after my morning cup of coffee, but I don't know another option until I found Mudwater. Mudwater has every single ingredient in it 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, kosher, all the things that we love. So Mudwater gives you this smooth energy boost without the heart-racing jitters. Think of it like coffee's chill, yoga-loving cousin who went on a spiritual retreat, came back even more zen, and left the jitters behind. That's me in the morning. You'll stay alert and calm and still be able to fall asleep at night. We know the benefits. We've heard the benefits of mushrooms, and Mudwater has it all in it. Their OG blend contains cacao and chai for the hint of caffeine and kind of like a hot chocolate-like flavor. And the lion's mane is in there for focus. The cordyceps is in there to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. All you have to do is to use Mudwater is simply drop the powder into your favorite mug. You can pour some water on it or your favorite creamer or milk or honey and just give it a mix. They also have caffeine-free blends available. And the best part about Mudwater is it provides sustained energy without the spikes and crashes of traditional coffee. So are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code MESSY. That's right, up to 43% off with code MESSY at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them, and please show your support and let them know we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life's too short for anything less than the clean, delicious energy. So then take us to that moment, those days, those weeks following that news.
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
Well, the day we found out, I just went and drank a whole lot of champagne at our favorite local restaurant.
Good for you.
And just cried.
As one should. It should be the prescription.
Yeah, exactly. Like just champagne on repeat. My husband and I have known each other since we were 3 years old, literally, gag, but true.
Oh, wow.
And so we've been through it. We've been through it all together. And so we just kind of sat there and I cried and he let me cry. And then, I'm a sharer. I always have been. We had to keep it a secret for a couple of days because my daughter wasn't home from school yet. And we just didn't want to do it over the phone. And so telling the kids was like the hardest thing for sure. But then once we told them, I sort of felt like I just need to tell the whole world. Like, first of all, physically, I wasn't on any meds at that point. So my symptoms were so bad. If you had seen me, you would have known right away. Mm-hmm. But also just emotionally, I was like, I can't keep this a secret. It's too much work to keep it a secret. So I posted it on my own private Instagram, which is a couple hundred people. I got all kinds of different responses. I got a lot of actually before I did that, I had told several friends and I got a lot of like, well, it's not the worst thing you could have. Or
no.
So many.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's
many.
not.
Oh, it's not. Do you want it, Karen?
Do you want to try it on for size?
Yeah. Want to switch?
I'll do any day. Oh, you have a cold?
Yeah, exactly. I got a lot of like, well, Michael J. Fox has had that forever and he's okay. I'm like, is he?
Is he?
He's my absolute freaking hero, but like, is he okay? No, he's not okay. Yeah, lots of that.
Hey, this is when I do this. I go back.
Christina's out.
I go back.
Christina's out.
We've lost her.
And so I got a lot of like, my uncle has it. He's fine, whatever. So on the day that I told everybody on my 48th birthday, my actual 48th birthday, I made a little cheat sheet of what not to say. And I posted it. I was like, I have young onset Parkinson's. And here's what you should say when someone tells you that news. And I literally all names have been changed to protect the innocent. And
so what are the things?
Okay. So do not say it's not that bad. At least it's not fatal. Because telling somebody first of all, you don't know that it's not fatal. People die with Parkinson's or from Parkinson's all the time. So no. Second of all, and this is a lesson that I've since learned from a woman named Catherine Wolfe, who had a massive stroke and who has lived post-stroke in a really brave and incredible way. And this is what she says. And I kind of said it in that post, but she says it much better, which is, in that moment, what you need to hear is not the rah cheerleader. You're going to be fine. Everything is fine. Pick me up off the mat. What I needed to hear in that moment was, holy shit, that sucks. Your life blew up. You didn't want this, and that's okay. And what she says is, the ministry of truth comes later. The ministry of tears comes first. Let people cry. Let them mourn the life they thought they were going to live, and experience the grief and sadness that comes with that, and then pick them up. There's a time and a place to pick people up. And that first week, that first month, even that first year was not. I was going to say, I'm not even sure I'm ready for it now, but I certainly wasn't ready for it then. And so many people are so well-intentioned. They want so badly to help you, and they think that they're helping by doing that, but they're not, So I said, don't tell me that. I said, please don't tell me other people have it worse. Don't tell me your uncle's brother's sister's cousin had it and they're fine. Please don't tell me about juices or oils or anything that you think will solve this problem that NIH and brilliant neurologists and researchers haven't yet found the answer to. I think people want to fix you, and I didn't need to be fixed.
I wanted to say, because this so you were so up my alley with like the way you think, because, well, first of all, the other day I have a laminator here. And someone said, what's wrong with you? And I wanted to make a list of the things that are wrong with me and laminate it and then just like hand it over. Like, so you don't have to say it. Like, oh, you want to know? Here, you can keep that for yourself because I have plenty. But it's like that thing of, because we have it's invisible yet not invisible, but all the advice, and then saying, well, I don't understand because my so-and-so just ran a marathon. And it's like, congratulations to them. Right. Because I cannot, but it's okay because they don't get it. Like I didn't know what MS was. I don't even know what Parkinson's is really, because it's so individual. These neurological disorders, diseases, everybody is so different. Jamie and I have completely different experiences with how we feel, yet we are dealing with the same exact thing.
Right. So, we deal with the same heartbreak.
Yeah,
physically it manifests differently, but I think that's why a lot of our listeners are, and by the way, whether you're dealing with a physical disability, a mental disability, any kind of trauma in your life, I mean, these are things that significantly change you, your relationships, the way that you view the world. There are ways to shift it to a beautiful, positive outlook that I do want to talk to you about. But I want to ask, like, I love that your reaction after the moments you needed to take was to share. I mean, God, I wish I could take my 20-year-old self and tell her to do that. But also the years that I struggled because of The Secret, I think have really shaped me as well. How did that grow into the online community that you have really created for so many women like yourself? Because in researching about you, we were shocked to hear that 40% of people with Parkinson's are women.
I know, it's crazy, right? I mean, I got, right after I was diagnosed, I got a packet of information as I was walking out of the hospital, and every single image in the packet was an old man. Not even kidding you. It was either a man in a walker or a man in a wheelchair. If there were any women in it, they were serving as the wife or the nurse or the caregiver. And I looked at Mike and I said, I think they gave me the wrong packet. Like, this is for old people Parkinson's. I must have a different Parkinson's. And so I came home and I Googled it. And if you Google Parkinson's right now, you will see all the same images. There are cartoons and real images and depictions of old men hunched over with beards, canes, and walkers. And I was like, wait, am I the only person besides Michael J. Fox that has this in their 90s? And so two things happened. One is I started talking about it a lot on my own personal social media. And I was worried that I was sharing so much, it was going to be detrimental to my kids. I thought They're going to see too much of this. It's going to be overwhelming. A lot of people gave me advice not to make this my whole identity, all that stuff. And so I created my own social media channel for it just because I wanted to funnel the Parkinson's stuff into a different direction and give my kids the option to opt out, to say, it's too much for me, Mom. I don't want to see all of this. I'm not going to follow you. And I thought this will just be my outlet. I don't really care if anybody sees it. It's just going to be sort of my personal journal. And right after I started it, a woman named Carrie Shaw, who had young onset Parkinson's, DM'd me and was like, hey, there's a whole bunch of us. We're all your age. We're all moms. I'm going to introduce you. And I suddenly had this DM group of like 12 women that were all in their 40s, all moms, all had young onset Parkinson's. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, I'm not alone. Even the Michael J. Fox website and the Michael J. Fox team has been a godsend for me, but even their website has this much information on young onset, or at least it did back then. It's just people, I don't know if people don't talk about it or if we've just been too quiet about it. I don't know. But women are 40% of patients. People under 50 are up to 20% of patients. Wow. And it's it's the fastest neurodegenerative disease in terms of growth. So who knows why? I mean, I worked in the brain health space for 10 years. I thought I knew everything there was to know about Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. I know nothing. So they're out there. And then all of a sudden those people multiplied and people told other people. And I sort of became this sort of like melting pot of young onset Parkinson's folks. And a couple of my posts went viral and suddenly I had all these followers. And so it's just kind of grown organically. But I also think it's in part because I just tell it like you guys, like I just tell it like it is, like when it sucks, it sucks. And I've cried on there openly in public. That one of those went viral. And I curse. And when I had like severe depression last summer, which I'd never had before, talked about that. So yeah, I think people are looking for true, honest depictions of what's happening when you have this kind of disease. So
it's so invaluable that you are honest about it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because there are people living in secret and in shadows because they don't want to be a burden and all this stuff. And I was going to say, and this is not, I know I keep bringing it back, but I'm just trying to relate because when I was 36, I got cancer and there's nobody getting breast cancer at 36. It was like a big, huge thing. It was like, whoa, she's 36. And then you come to find out there is more and more women. And I know this is a different disease, but it also has to do with the medical world. It has to do with people speaking out and stigma. And the insurance company saying you don't need a mammogram till you're 40 or 50, it's 36. So, and then the ages keep getting younger and younger. And I wonder if they've told this to you, because I kind of feel like with us with MS, there's a lot of stuff going on about trauma, right? And that can be a trigger and a cause. But with like breast cancer, I asked my doctor flat out, my oncologist, I said, are these younger women getting it because of the food? And I swear she was like, she looked at me she didn't want to make a sound and she just nodded. And I wonder if environmental factors are coming in because I really don't know that much about Parkinson's. So are you hearing that environmentally is why you're seeing younger women? Is there something going on there I
definitely think that's a contributing factor. In my tears, the day that our neurologist confirmed it, I said, how? I said, tell me how, or why. I think I said why or how. I don't know. I was desperate for knowledge about how I got to that point. And she said to me, and I'd already known this because of my work, but, it could be at that point, I hadn't had the genetic testings, which I subsequently had, and I don't have any genetic genes for it. She said it could be environmental. She said it could be lifestyle. And I walked out of that office thinking, oh my God, I did this to myself.
Oh yeah.
That's what you can't, I know. We all know we can't say that, but we know, but that's what you feel.
Now I know, but I even wrote a blog post called Let Me Be Your Cautionary Tale. And in it, I articulate, and I look back and I just cringe. And I haven't taken it down because I think it's important to keep going back and looking at. But in it, I articulate all the ways that I think I caused it. I was out of shape. I was completely stressed. I was working 12, 14, 16-hour days. I was stressed about life. I was stressed about money. And I was eating terribly. I wasn't working out. And now I look back, I'm like, you can do all of those things. You can be the healthy. In fact, I had a girlfriend here in DC who was the healthiest person I've ever met in my entire life. She only ever ate kale. She ran marathons. She died of breast cancer at 38. Like, you can do all of those things and still get Parkinson's. And this is my issue now with the brain health messaging, which I'm all in favor of. And I do think you can absolutely take actions to save your own brain. But we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know how I got it. We don't know how you guys got it. I mean, there are guesses. I definitely think the environment is contributing to it. There's a lot of thought that goes into toxicities and dry cleaning fluids, which in places where there's conglomerates of that fluid being, or whatever the chemicals that are used there. There's places like Camp Lejeune, which if you lived around here, you would hear about all the time because there's a class action lawsuit where military bases that used certain fertilizers, people have high in cases of Parkinson's. So absolutely. Are there environmental factors? Sure. But do they know? Concretely, no. I mean, I didn't like, they don't know.
Support comes from Calm. Calm is the #1 app for sleep and meditation, giving you the power to calm your mind and change your life. Listen, we all face unique challenges in our daily lives, and our mental health isn't about like a cookie cutter approach. So Calm offers this wide range of content and programs that help you to navigate life's ups and downs. This includes meditations, and these could range from ones that help you work through anxiety and stress, or some that boost your focus or build healthier habits, how to take care of your physical well-being, which is so important. We talk about all the time. They also have sleep meditations for those of us that have trouble sleeping. They have calming music. They have grounding exercises. These are particularly my favorite because I can sort of get overwhelmed with my thoughts. And when we live in our heads too much, we can sort of be pulled out of reality. We can start to almost narrate reality in a way that we were losing our perspective. So these grounding exercises, they're short, they're guided, and they use sensation, they use movement, they use breath work, and it really just helps you relax and reset. They also have expert-led TED Talks, which they have to help you handle grief, improve self-esteem, care for relationships, and more. Calm basically just puts the tools you need right in your pocket. And you can help you. You just need a few minutes a day. And you can live a happier, healthier life. So stress less, sleep more, and live better with Calm. For listeners of our show, Calm is offering an exclusive offer of 40% off a Calm premium subscription at calm.com/messy. Go to calm.com/messy for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/messy. Support for Messy comes from Purity Woods. I'm probably not alone here in my obsession with skincare. But when I say that, I want to find things that are clean. I want to find things that are non-toxic, but I also want to find things that are effective. I've been looking for skincare that can combat aging, wrinkles, and help restore the appearance of youth to my skin. I've tried, 50 products over the years, and nothing's really worked. So as you know, we are your research geeks, and in recent years, there has been some genuinely fascinating science coming out of the University of Rhode Island about red maple leaf extract for skin. This little-known skincare ingredient has been shown to block the breakdown of elastin, which is the key protein in your skin that allows it to stretch. Some researchers are even calling this ingredient a potential plant-based Botox. Purity Woods' mission is to provide people with the cleanest and most effective healthy aging and longevity products available. All of their products are USDA certified organic, they're non-GMO, they're free of anything artificial, they're free of toxic preservatives and synthetic additives like pesticides, chemical fertilizers. I can't believe this stuff is normally in skincare. And it's also cruelty-free and never tested on animals. I love their age-defying Dream Cream. It is a game changer. It will make you look and feel like you have jumped back years in time. It has a powerful formula containing the revolutionary maple leaf extract, plus over 25 unique and potent ingredients that help eliminate fine lines, wrinkles, age spots, and uneven skin tone. Honestly, I have never seen a skincare product of this quality at this reasonable of a price point. And thankfully, the good people at Purity Woods have a special coupon code specifically for our listeners. So you can try it for yourself for 27% off today. Just go to puritywoods.com/messy or enter messy at checkout. That's puritywoods.com/messy or enter messy at checkout.
What I feel with people is they're so afraid of what we have. They so don't want to get it. So they ask us what we did to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that they can prevent from getting it. And you're like,
there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that.
What is
blame?
Like, blame. No, I know people who have never done anything wrong in their life and have this. And there are people that get breast cancer who are vegans and runners and have never drank or smoked a day in their life. And then there are people that I know who are like complete and utter heathens and live to be like 90.
Yep.
Perfectly. So
that's why the online community that you've created is so important. And like Christina said, your honesty, because the truth is like no one person is positive all the time and no one person is negative all the time and no one person is strong, quote unquote, strong all the time. And no one person is, like it runs the gamut, hour to hour, minute to minute, day to day, on any given day. And that is life. And that is the most important part, I think, about what you share. And one of the things that you shared that resonated so greatly with me, I read something where you had said that you had all these grand visions of what the empty nest time in your life would be. And they were now replaced with a lot of fears about what these years would be.
You're going to kill me.
Sorry.
It's
hard for your
totally
body.
Fine.
And that is such a valid and honest and real. It's the reality of living with something like this. And the choice that you have to make every day to still dream and work and wish. What are the things that like how has this affected your relationship with your husband and your kids? Because we talk about this a lot because it's like I always say it's like the other woman in my relationship, in my marriage. You know what I mean? I'm like, this bitch is getting in the way of us again.
Yeah.
But it's, how do you guys navigate it as a family?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I think you have to grieve that part of what you anticipated because, a lot of people like to say that we're all going to get something, but I know plenty of really lovely older people who have lived their whole lives. And
I'm sorry, except for Betty White.
Except for Betty White, exactly.
That's all.
My 103-year-old, my grandma just died at 103 and had nothing wrong with her till the day she died. She was one of those.
And Keith Richards, I think.
Keith Richards. And I mean, listen, my grandmother, my great-grandmother Maud lived to be 105. She was one of the oldest women in Canada. And she would wake up every day and go, God damn it. Like she was ready. She was ready. So plenty of people live long, productive, healthy-ish lives. And none of these neurodegenerative diseases, not yours, not mine, not ALS, not Alzheimer's, are normal parts of aging. And everybody needs to hear that over and over and over again. Ooh. Just because you age doesn't mean you're going to get them. So getting them in our 20s and 30s and 40s is not normal by any stretch of the imagination. So to say, oh, well, this is just sort of life, that doesn't resonate with me. And I really did allow myself a long time to sort of grieve in some ways what I thought my future would be. On the flip side, two things. One is I don't know what that next chapter is going to look like. So I try very hard not to fatalize it. I try hard not to say it's going to be awful. I know it's probably not going to be exactly what I hoped it would be, but so what? So I won't be able to ride a bike in the countryside of France. Get me a car and I will taste wine from the back of the car, whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's going to be, there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of struggle. And I know that, and I'm not in denial. On the flip side, this has been, this is where I'm going to cry.
Go ahead.
This has been a life-altering gift for not only for me, but for my family, because we no longer sweat the small stuff. Truthfully, the four of us, we just don't. We travel when we want to travel. My kids, the summer after I was diagnosed, went on a month-long trip to Uganda and taught reading in rural villages. There's no way in hell I would have let them go before that, or they would have wanted to go before that. We just are living a different life. And I quit my job. I now advocate full time. I love advocating. I love trying to make a difference for other people. I don't care about the bullshit. And I used to care very, very much about the bullshit. So I see that as a tremendous gift. I have meaning and purpose in my life. My husband and I have never been closer, ever. It's been really freaking hard. I mean, it's hard on him. It's really hard on him to watch me suffer.
Does your husband talk about it with you? Does he have a therapist that he talks to about it? How does he, what helps him?
Yeah.
Because I am desperately trying between us and the rest of the world.
And everybody's
sorry, Cutter, my husband. I'm like, after so many years being together, I was like, dude, you have got to find somebody to talk to about this. I can't be the one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he does not have a therapist. He does not belong to a support group. He does not really talk about it, none of which is good, none of which is the model that anybody should follow.
Well, nothing's right or wrong.
Yeah.
There's no handbook for this.
There's no handbook. I think he would be better off with some kind of support mechanism. He is just, he's a strong, silent guy. Yeah. He's a keep it inside. And we talk about it probably nonstop. I did make a conscious choice at some point last year to sort of dial back how much I was talking about it, because I felt like that's all we ever talked about, especially because it's become sort of like a job on top of my disease. And I thought at one point we're going to end up being the couple that has nothing in common except for Parkinson's. So I definitely tried to dial it back a little bit. I try and funnel a lot of that through my therapist now and through online with complete strangers because that's normal.
It is now.
It is now, yeah. But he's just amazing. I mean, he is my whole world. I mean, him and my kids, they lift me up. They keep me honest. They make me laugh. We travel. We just have a blast. So yeah, I mean, none of it's been easy on any of them, especially him, I think. And he lost his dad sort of right before that. And so it's been challenging for sure. But
life has been lifing at you guys.
Life has been lifing at us all, at the whole world. But
yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't complain, at least not to me. Maybe he does. I don't know. We're about to do this medical documentary thing, and they want to interview him, and I was like, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And he was like,
I would feel the same. I would love to hear a confessional from my husband. I
want a full Real Housewives confessional.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it.
Sauce him up a little bit.
Did I hear Real Housewives?
Oh my God, Christina, don't even get me started.
We just brought it up.
I mean, I watched them all. I watched them all.
So do we.
Okay, let me tell you how I came to the conclusion that I was depressed last summer. So I had never really been depressed before in my life. I had a little bit of postpartum, but for the most part, it was just kind of like whatever. And my neurologist said to me, keep an eye out, because something like 60 to 70% of people with Parkinson's end up with depression of some kind. It's clinical. It's not even like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And so I didn't even realize I was sort of slipping into it. I had been crying a lot. I was sort of very, very sensitive. I had a lot of trolls online that were coming for me, and that really upset me in a way. Oh, yeah. Just awful people, whatever. I'm not going to go down that road. But things that normally wouldn't have bothered me were really eating at me. And one night I was sitting on the couch just crying for absolutely no reason. And Amanda Batula, who, if you watch Summer House, Kyle and Amanda,
the adorable
Amanda starts talking about how she can't stop crying and how they had just gotten married and she should be happy. And all she was doing was crying and she could not lift herself back out no matter how much she tried. And I got up from the couch and I went upstairs and I was like, oh my God, Mike, I am so depressed. And he was like, oh, I know. He's like, I was just kind of waiting for you to come to the conclusion. But I was like, I just saw Amanda on Summer House and I feel the same way. And I ended up texting or DMing her and she was like, oh my God.
Oh, you're a DMer?
Yes, 100%. I totally DM'd her.
I'm such a slipper in the DMs.
Oh my God. She wrote me right back and was like, girl, I got you. Like, and I said to her, girl. Like, you talking about it openly seems absolutely ridiculous because I'm like a decade at least older than you. But like you being able to talk about it openly in such a format made me able to admit it to myself. Mm-hmm. So then I did it online because I was like, if I feel this way, then there's probably dozens of people who are feeling the same way. Mm-hmm. And when I posted about it, I think I got 2,000 comments, DMs, messages from people who were like, I'm suffering. So I think you got to light the path for the people behind you. Like, even if you're not, a reality TV star, like you can help other people by telling what's going on with you. So,
I mean, not absolutely. To be off topic because we are talking about something pretty heavy, but we had Jesse Solomon on.
Oh my God. I love Jesse. Did you watch the episode where they made the whole song, where he made the whole,
yes, of course.
Yes.
Song? I'm sorry. Wait, have you met us, Allie? Have you met us?
By the way, I was depressed last summer prior to crazy events I didn't even know I was about to face with the health of my own child. But like prior to that, I had a similar sit down with my neurologist where I was sitting across from him and I could not stop the tears from flowing. And I've been his patient for 9 years now and he has never seen me like this. And he was like, I will not let you not be on an antidepressant. Like, this is not okay. You cannot live this way.
You cannot work your way out of it, is what my neurologist said. He said you cannot outwork the mechanisms of your brain. And he said to me, in not so many words, but something to the effect of the same thing that causes Parkinson's. Like, nobody thinks you can outwork MS or outwork Parkinson's or outwork ALS. You accept that those are sort of like something that's happening chemically, physically altering your brain. Mm-hmm. He was like, you have to view depression in the same way. He was like, there's, I mean, I know people will disagree with me and there's definitely lifestyle changes that you can and should and have to make. And that was all part of our plan. It wasn't just pharmacological by any stretch of the imagination, but I was not able to outrun it. And I tried. I was like, I'm fine. And he was like, you're not fine. And there's nothing wrong with it.
And you haven't done anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I think the acceptance around that is humbling, but then also you can just be like, and you can get some help. Yes. There are things that you can do, that you can take, that can make this a little easier. So I want to ask you then, you know, medicines aside, what are things that you have found that have helped you physically, mentally, emotionally? Because I think that they're not one size fits all, but I think people within the chronic illness community are always like, hungry to learn about what people do to help them on the day to day, because, those little things, they really do go a long way when you're consistent.
Yeah.
Besides Bravo TV shows,
shows. Wait,
and I'm going to just say this because
that's like just penicillin. That's helps everything.
If my shows go off, like, if you have Apple TV and then sometimes it just goes off and it doesn't play the next one and it gets silent in here.
Yeah.
I will start crying.
Yeah.
And convulsing. 100%. And where it's like feels that feeling where you're like all the stuff from 53 years, but also this last 3 years comes up and gets into my jaw. I can feel like the pain and I get scared that it's never going to stop. I'm never going to stop crying. So then I'm like, can everyone just shut up?
Bravo.
I need Bravo. But I mean, that's called stuffing it down. So then the question is, what do we do?
So 2 things. One is that my therapist, first of all, going back to your first question, a couple of things really helped me. One is my neurologist pre-warned me. So he said, be on the lookout to me and to Mike. These are the signs of depression. These are very common. These are things you should be looking for. So by the time it actually happened, it wasn't new information, right? So I wasn't like starting from scratch. 2, I had a therapist. She helped me through the beginnings of this, and talk therapy has been huge for me. Definitely working out, trying to eat well, trying to maintain some kind of sleep regularity, which Parkinson's really messes with sleep. So that's really, it's a mess. Almost every person I know with Parkinson's is up at some point in the middle of the night, gets very irregular sleep. They don't know why. There's not a lot of studies. So trying to get sleep, trying to work out. But like, if you've been depressed, those things are exceptionally difficult to manage.
Who wants to work out when you feel like absolute emotional shit?
Right. I mean, it's just not like at the top of my list. But
I think there's sometimes it's about a shift in perspective, because there's this MS physical therapist, or I don't know exactly her title, Dr. Gretchen. We've talked about her. I've met her. She's wonderful. And I really like that a lot of the things that she talks about, like, yes, she gives you a lot of functional exercises and routines, like to improve balance or walking or this or that. But she was like, when I ask, have you moved your body today? Sometimes that could be that you took a shower, that you grocery shopped, that you did some laundry. Like that can be enough.
Whatever.
Like, I think that sometimes we set the bar so incredibly unrealistically high for ourselves. I think that there's a balance of recognizing your obstacles, recognizing how hard something is, but then also recognizing and allowing yourself to move past it just a little bit, or, just enough. And usually for me, the motivation is always outside of myself. It's for my child. It's for my husband. It's for my work. It's for a friend. But I used to really get on myself. Like, if I'm not doing my physical therapy every day, like, of course this is going to progress fast. And this is why my walking is this way, because I didn't do all the exercise and eat all the right way in my 20s. But it's like, I gotta give myself a break. I'm living with a chronic illness. I'm living with a serious disease, and I'm going to do what I can. And that is more motivation for me to continue a habit. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, so that you hear, Allie, like with like she said, showers, that's like the scariest thing to me every time I have to take one. And if you're a listener, everyone knows I don't take them, not because I'm a dirty, disgusting pig. It's because it's the glass case of emotions, or as I like to call it, naked and afraid.
Yeah.
It's like the scariest place. And yet you get out. I don't know about you, Jamie. I don't know about you, Allie. It's like running a marathon. You get out and you're like, I did something.
You're exhausted.
And people are like, it's just a shower. You're like, no, it's literally like, can I stand in here without falling through the glass? Can I, wash my hair and shave and wash the body? It's like it's so daunting to people who have our kind of illnesses.
You're so desperate to keep everything together. I think, not to diminish this scenario for men or for people who don't have kids, because it's hard on everybody. Sorry. But I think to myself, if in that first year when I was diagnosed, same with me, Jamie, I was like, I have to do my PT because there's Parkinson's PT, and I have to work out. And there's all these studies that show you can slow progression through exercise and eating right. And I went full ham. I was literally like, I ran a half marathon. I was all in. And then last year I hit a literal brick wall. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I'm tired of it. It hurts. It hurts more to work out than it does to not. I don't care about food anymore. I lost a ton of weight, which my younger self would have been thrilled about, but like not in a good way.
Like weird weight. Yeah, I did the same. Like weird weight from illness. And
like I looked sick. It wasn't good. And now I think I'm coming to like a happy medium where I'm like, okay, I need to be my normal self, but like doing the things that I need to do. And for me, like sometimes that means just staying in my bed and watching Bravo all day. Truly. And some days that means like I'm a power cleaner and I have to empty out on my house.
How close are you to my house? Because I think
I'll be there tomorrow.
We would basically.
We're gonna digress on this, but I will just tell you that when Andy Cohen chooses to put on Harry Potter on Bravo over Christmas break, I literally am like mad. I literally am
it's so rude.
No, don't do that.
None of your viewers give a shit about Harry Potter.
About Harry Potter, Andy Cohen.
We want a Vanderpump marathon, even though we've seen all of them.
Marathon. Have you seen Shrinking?
I haven't seen Shrinking.
Oh my favorite show. Oh my God. Favorite
the last
show
episode, Jamie. I don't know if you've seen it, but the Harrison Ford speech. I have never.
Okay, don't say anything yet.
Okay.
Jamie also knows that I'm like not into scripted shows.
No, but I keep trying to tell her about Shrinking. I've tried to tell her about Shrinking.
Christina, I'm telling you, neither am I. It takes me a lot to get into scripted shows. I'm telling you, it is so freaking good. I literally have been stalking Harrison's agent to do an Instagram live with me.
Support for Messy comes from Function. Function is a all-in-one health program that starts with over 100 advanced lab tests covering your entire body. So we're talking your heart, hormones, liver, kidneys, thyroid, autoimmunity, cancer signals, toxins, nutrients, and more. I am testing with Function myself, and I'll share what's going on for me. Functional health is about taking control of your health through data. So instead of guessing what's happening inside your body, Function helps you know for sure, providing access to 100 plus advanced lab tests. These tests include insights into thyroid function, liver health. We already discussed this. And it goes beyond traditional healthcare because most traditional annual checkups, right, they only cover 19 biomarkers. Function goes 5 times deeper. It gives you a comprehensive view that allows you to catch potential issues early and take proactive action. Listen, it matters because lifespans are decreasing, chronic conditions are rising, and cancer is becoming more common in younger people. Knowing what's happening inside is key to prevention, which is why comprehensive testing is so important. And at $4.99 annually, the membership includes the cost of the 100 plus lab tests through their nationwide lab partner. I have spent so much money for doctor's fees plus these lab tests that are sometimes $4.99 per test. So this is such a brilliant idea for you guys. There are over 2,000 locations nationwide, so it makes it very accessible to a wider audience. And compared to traditional healthcare costs that could reach up to $15,000, like I was talking about for these exact tests, this is a no-brainer. These tests can also help teach you how to master stress, how food and emotions play a role with each other. It can increase your motivation. You can optimize your hormones, appetite control, boosting your metabolism, energy and immunity, fat burning, and more. Function currently has a wait list, but they are offering our audience the chance to skip it, like you. Head to functionhealth.com/messy or enter code MESSY when signing up to skip the wait list. That's functionhealth.com/messy and use code MESSY. Support for Messy comes from Sleep Number. There's a reason the Sleep Number Smart Bed is the #1 best bed for couples. It's because you can each choose what's right for you, whenever you like. Firmer or softer on either side? Sleep Number does that. One side cooler and the other side warmer? Sleep Number does that too. You have to feel it to believe it. Find the bed that's for both of you only at a Sleep Number store. We spend so much time in our bed, you guys, and we know our rest is important for our recovery, for our strength, for our energy. There is no reason why you should feel like you need to compromise when it comes to your sleep. And 9 out of 10 couples say that they sleep better on a Sleep Number Smart Bed. You can adjust the firmness on each side. It also helps keep you asleep because the Sleep Number Smart Beds automatically respond and they adjust to your movements so you sleep comfortably all night long. Can you imagine getting full body support all night long? So then in turn, it improves your sleep quality. It also can keep you cool throughout the night because the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed lets you adjust up to 15 degrees cooler on either side. So it's perfect for couples who struggle with sleeping too hot. So why choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed? So you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. The only smart bed that lets you make each side firmer or softer whenever you like your Sleep Number setting. Sleep Number smart beds start at $9.99, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
Last summer, I rode bikes in the Netherlands every single day. One day we rode bikes for 6 hours. We went from the Netherlands to Germany, man. And I was like, hell yeah, look at me
you felt
go.
Good?
2 months, couldn't get out of the bed. So that's something that people don't understand with these diseases, that we're like, oh.
It's true. It's true.
Wow, I'm kicking ass here.
Yeah.
And then our diseases go, and they're like, hey, bitch, no, you're not.
We went to Miami last weekend to see Notre Dame play in the Orange Bowl. And we walked like 6 miles up and down the stadium steps. I was all over. I was jumping up and down like a crazy person. And I felt so good. And I came home on Sunday. I took a nap, and I'm not even kidding you. I couldn't walk when I got up from the nap. And I was like, my daughter was laughing so hard. She's like, Mom, what the hell happened in your nap? And I was like, I couldn't, my ankle would not work. And I was in bed for like 2 solid days. And that's like, as women who are strong and badass, it's like, it feels like failure. It feels like failure, but
especially when we try hard at everything that we do. And and it does. Oh my God, I've never heard it articulated like that. And that's really hitting home for me.
Feel like you have to show your kids that you're strong all the time. And my therapist said, actually, it's the opposite. You have to show them that you are vulnerable and be honest with what you're going through. And that is more impactful to kids in many ways than just pretending like everything's okay. So it's a journey.
It is. And just like, before we do our little things that we like to do at an end of an episode with a guest, please tell our listeners how they can find you and connect with you. Please.
Yes, I'm still Allie. I'm still Allie with no apostrophe on Instagram.
And Allie, Allie.
Allie. And where else can you find me? I'm on TikTok a little bit. I'm also hosting. I'm going to be the host of Michael J. Fox's I'm the new host of their existing conference series, which travels all around the country. People can come to them, learn more about living with Parkinson's.
Wow.
Latest on research. You can find them on the Michael J. Fox website. So I'm all over. You'll find me in the Parkinson's space.
We are so lucky to have found you.
Yeah, and Katie Couric, shout out. I mean, my fairy godmother, how much I love her. She really has been just unbelievable. And I was connected to her by Sandra Abrevea. Shout out Sandra, who I love. If you guys don't know, you need to meet. She is an ALS caregiver warrior. So
wow. Yeah. Oh, Christina's raising her hand.
I'm raising my hand because I interrupt too much. Sorry. But so I'm raising my hand to say that I could seriously talk to you all day.
Oh, and right back at you. I love you guys. I love what you're doing for people in this space. And I really actually, and we can talk about this offline, but I have a vision where all of us women come together. I think of people like Emma Willis, Bruce's wife, and we need to come together as a force for neurodegenerative diseases.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we need it. I've talked to Lauren Rogan because, her mom died of Alzheimer's, and there's too many of us, and we need to make, Mandy Moore has been really great in this space. There's enough of us, I think, that we need to come together and make some changes because there's too many women getting it. Too many.
Allie, you call us, we're there.
Okay, I'm in.
So I don't know if you know about Christina's magical talent. She has many, many talents, but she will ask you just your 5 favorite movies. Don't think too hard about them. And she's going to just tell you a little bit about yourself that maybe you didn't know, or maybe you needed to remember.
Oh my God, my 5 favorite movies?
Just think of 5 movies that you love. I think the favorite part can feel like pressure.
Okay.
Ones that you could watch over and over again. Like it would come on even in the middle of it.
Turn it off.
You wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. And then you guys will discuss after I'm.
My number one movie that I can never turn off is Sense and Sensibility. I think I've watched it 75 times. But then close second would be like Devil Wears Prada. The movie with Cameron Diaz where the other woman I swear to God, I've watched that. It's pretty much whatever.
With Leslie Mann.
Whatever is on E is pretty much what I will watch over and over and over again. So just look up their programming. But what else have I seen? 1,000 million. I'm a big Christmas movie girl, so we've definitely watched like The Holiday or Family Stone. I've watched 6,000 times.
That's
oh my God, I have watched Bad Moms like 1,000 million times. So definitely in there.
Okay, we're done. We got him. Okay, you guys talk for like a couple minutes while I just analyze.
Jamie, how's your son now? He's hanging in.
Thank you. He's doing really well. You know, I think that as a family, we're now in this stage where we're just honoring that we have to pay attention to ourselves, and there's going to be residual things. You know, I was shocked how much we wanted to just go back to normal. And in hindsight, that wasn't the right thing, but it's what you do when you're surviving, right? And you've had trauma. And now we're just kind of slowing down and taking some steps backwards. And we've all individually gotten our own therapists.
Good. So
that's good. I think we're all just trying to take care of ourselves. And but all things he's all things considered, he is a miracle, and he's here, and we're so happy.
Good.
Oh, she's God. Got it.
Wait, Christina, now I want to be like Warren I feel like I should have been smarter.
No. It has nothing to do with that. It's about it's thematic.
Okay.
And then like words will come to my head that probably will make not any sense to you, or like visions, because I'm not, this is literally like, I've been playing this game since I was like 20 something years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what a metronome is for music? So it goes tick tock, tick tock. I don't know why I thought of that. And I thought,
because I was a voice major in college.
Okay. I feel like, well, there you go. Didn't know that. I feel like you wish that it could stop in the middle and be the matriarch, or that you wish you had a matriarch, the one that was stop in the middle, the one that was neutral. But your life has been a metronome from one end to the other spectrum. And that desire to just stand true in the middle as a matriarch, as a woman, as a female, as a strong leader, you keep getting pulled back and forth. 100%. I don't know. That's all I had to say.
100%. And I think weirdly, Parkinson's has given me that strength to just stand in the middle, truthfully, because I felt, and I said this earlier, pulled in so many different directions. And I think so many women are, but you know, you're trying to be a fantastic mom. I actually feel like our generation was sold a bill of goods because we were told we had to have it all. Not that we could have it all, but that we had to have it all. And it was like, don't stop working. You know, the whole lean in philosophy. It's don't give up your job. Be a credible, successful worker. Be the best mom. You have to do it all. And now I'm like, geez, Louise, no wonder we're all exhausted and our brains are fried. You know?
So when we turn off the metronome, it goes
just
back to the middle.
Stand in the middle. Yep.
So that's the first thing that went to my head. So because of you wrote.
It makes a lot of sense.
The other woman. But yeah, I was a music major in college in Northwestern.
Oh, there you go. So you know exactly what I was saying. All right.
So I also pick a card at the end of each episode. It's at random. It's this random deck of cards I got at a home interior store once, and they seem to have some beautiful quotes on them.
It's very witchy. It's very witchy.
I like witchy.
It's very witchy. It freaks me out.
We'll see where this one takes us.
Fine.
All right, hit me.
Every choice moves us closer to or farther away from something. Where are your choices taking your life? What do your behaviors demonstrate that you are saying yes or no to in life?
Wow.
Well, Allie,
you make me cry all over again. Unbelievable.
Your behaviors demonstrate bravery, heart, love, compassion, it in your work before you are ever diagnosed, and you continue your meaningful acts of service despite all of this, and we are forever inspired by you.
Right back at you guys, for real. I'm honored to have been here, and I'm just thankful that you guys are in the fight too. And we're gonna change this trajectory for people after us. I really believe that. I really believe that.
I love that. And for us too. We're still here.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.